Why does he?
Or no, wait a minute.
My mom said that they need to be there because their mom's not.
Whose mom?
Your mom's coming with.
Hold on, I don't know, I just called them, they're coming now, so.
Oh, wait a minute. You guys have to go last.
They have speakers.
Okay. And Jennifer is on?
Yeah.
Oh, she can't make it at all? Oh, okay. All right. Now.
So what are you going to change?
Okay, you guys ready? Ready? Hurry up, guy.
Click on prom.
Wait, may I start?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Jose. I am the CDO.
I'm Sean, I'm the CSO.
I'm Drew, I'm the CO.
I'm Andrew, I'm the CFO.
I'm Michael, the CTO.
And we are FIRST, which stands for Fast Intel Rescue and Search Team. Our plan is to use quadcopters to search buildings in disaster situations for a better, more efficient rescue. For those of you that don't know, a quadcopter is a four-propellered UAS, or unmanned aerial system, if you don't know what UAS stands for. That can be autonomous, semi-autonomous, or remote controlled by a trained pilot.
Now we'll start with the problem of the current solution, the search and rescue teams. Search and rescue teams run the risk of their lives by going in without much intel. Our quadcopters could give them this intel so they don't have to risk as much. And also, search and rescue teams can't go into like hazardous situations where there's radiation and things like that, but our quadcopters can, and they can locate the survivors using an infrared camera. So the solution basically are quadcopters search for survivors in a building, and they can scout the damaged building for our search and rescue teams.
So this following video explains how our unmanned aerial system works. So for our target market, we are targeting FEMA and Red Cross. And actually, the quadcopters will be working alongside the first responders, such as the police officers or the firemen. And also, after the disaster is over, we are targeting a secondary market, which is the damage assessment crews, which go in and make sure the building is safe.
Okay, so some of our competitors that we're going to show to you on the screen, but we're not trying to get rid of them. We're just trying to aid them and assist them so they can better do their job, and so the least amount of casualties are done. So some of our competitors are search and rescue teams with search and rescue dogs and robots, and we have building inspectors. So what we have over search and rescue dogs are that they need to be trained, and our copters do not need to be trained. And what we have over ground robots are that they aren't able to go over certain treacherous terrains that our copters can easily maneuver through. And what we have over building inspectors are that we can just easily do their job more efficiently. We can easily go higher than it takes for them to do. Okay, so for some of our feasibilities, we will be using cameras and sonars. So for the infrared cameras, we'll be using police grade cameras that are used by the police. We'll easily be able to find our objects in dark areas that normally wouldn't be able to see with the naked eye. So we'll be using sonars. We'll be able to detect objects in rubble in buildings that are collapsed.
Okay, so for some of our costs, we've calculated that for 25 materials to make 25 quadcopters and 6 land robots is going to cost approximately $100,000, and the employee cost per year is going to be $90,000. Testing and research around $120,000, and the building cost per year $50,000, for a total first year of $360,000. We are asking for $135,000 for a 15% stake of our stock.
And these are our financial projections for the first 4 years. As you can see, we plan on adding more states as our customers each year, and by year 5, we should be able to break even.
Okay, so for our revenue streams and timeline, for revenue streams, we have 2 options, either a yearly subscription fee or a one-time fee. We market to the state governments, and it's 1 cent per person. What I mean by that is, for the cost per year depends on the number of people in the state. So let's say, this is example, Louisiana has 4.5 million people approximately in their state, so their yearly subscription fee would be $45,000. And for the one-time fee, it's just an option if you desperately need our help, but you aren't subscribed. However, obviously, to encourage the subscription, the one-time fee would be much more than the subscription fee. And for our timeline, by the end of 2013, we hope to have completed our project fundraising to raise the rest of the money we need to start up our business. In the beginning of 2014, we want to have our prototype tested and our product launched and gain our first state customer. Towards the end of 2014, we want to have our first base and quadcopter fleet built and established and ready to go for service.
Okay, so picture this. In the EF5 tornado that happened earlier this year, it killed 18 people and caused widespread damage over millions of miles. So what our quadcopter, let's say if one of the buildings crashed and someone was inside and they were knocked unconscious from falling rubble, normally a search and rescue team would go inside and try to find them if there is anyone in there, in fact. So our quadcopters would easily be able to go inside and find that person. So don't think about funding our copter, think about saving lives. Thank you.
There you go. Thank you. We didn't think you did a good enough job explaining why it was important to the customer and on the marketing plan. I mean, the direct sales approach we thought was probably right, but you needed to amplify and get into more detail, who's the buyer, that kind of thing. We like the acronym and the way you opened at the beginning. We thought it was excellent video that you included in the presentation. And overall, we thought your delivery was poised and very good. So overall, good job. Thank you.
Okay, Rebecca is going to talk about each.
That would be great. All right, second place. The second place team is the first place team. So if you guys come around here, you shake everybody's hand, and I will